Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what? Oh, shit.
Die,
What up, what up, what up? This is your boy, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to another hyperbolic episode. And of course, you know who's with us as always, brother number 3.
CJ, you already know what it is, dog. CPNKO in the building. And it's another day in paradise. We out here, the dream, striving for the dream as well. Speaking of that, we got somebody else's dream that has propelled our dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Many people's dreams, bro.
Double dreams, bro.
Whose dream?
You gonna get into that, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't jump the gun, man.
So today I want everybody to know we are jumping into the world of Akira Toriyama, the legend, the one and only, the one that put us on the GOAT. Toriyama, bro. Of course, we're going to talk about a little bit of his life story, any animes he put together, games he put together, and of course, we just got to put respect on his name. One of the greatest. Without him, we wouldn't know anything about the Kamehameha.
Right.
That's why he's the GOAT.
The great king of Hawaii, bro. King Kamehameha, you know?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, man.
Also in this episode, we are going to be talking about Prismatic evolutions are coming back.
Whoa. Oh my God. Yeah, there's a whole
I've been hearing a lot about this whole Pokemon TCG scalping shit. People want to take it off their shelves. It's now becoming impossible
You
to
seen
get.
the videos?
Things are tripling up in price, and
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy how Pokemon
But they should
is
be
no
coming down.
longer. I don't think it is. I saw somewhere online that Target, Walmart, and the big name corporations
Right.
no longer want to sell Pokemon cards
No?
in their store because it's not even worth it. People are just, and sometimes those shit don't even make it to the store.
Yeah, they have to put it in the loss prevention, bro.
No, they are literally people who they'll air tag the trucks that they're on, and they will hunt them shits down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but they're coming back. So, like they said that they would, but
There's
they
another
have a release
wave.
date.
There's
Yeah.
another wave.
Split Fiction breaks 3 world records.
What?
Yeah,
Can't say I'm
What?
surprised.
Fiction? Oh, did you know that you don't need to have
yeah.
a game to play? Like I can send you an invite to play
friend
the game,
pass.
so we
Friend
can
pass.
play together, bro.
You wanna play,
That
bro?
fixed the whole issue we had with the original one,
Are
bro.
you sure, bro?
Two men playing Split Fiction.
Hey, I'm down for that,
About
but
time.
I don't know how your lady gonna feel about that, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I literally
I'm
told
not
my
playing.
girl that, and my girl
play
was
with my
like,
bro,
"What?
bro."
Fred can play now?" I'm like, "Yes,
Hell yeah,
Fred
you
can
can.
finally play."
Oh,
They heard
man.
us,
Right.
and they're like, "Nah,
That
bro, we
has
can't
to-
leave people by themselves. You should be able to send an invitation for hop on, bro. We're gonna
Right.
play some Split Fiction together,
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Regardless
Take two. We
of sex.
appreciate it.
regardless
Or
of
gender.
sex,
Right,
gender,
right.
preference.
Preference.
Play with your homies, bro.
Play with your homies.
Play
bro.
with your homies. Exactly.
And then I got some information about a Zelda live action movie.
Oh my God. I did hear a little bit about this.
Yeah, so if you're, I know.
I don't know, bro. Every time I hear live action, it just makes me want to, I don't know, like fucking pull my hair out.
But
Like,
we
I'm
had
just-
the
uppercut
Super
a
Mario
baby,
Bros. Movie was good.
it was good, but
Detective Pikachu was okay.
you know what? I am gonna give it to Nintendo. They are doing it kind of correctly, so I'll give it to them.
Yeah, the only
I'll
thing
give it
more
to
Nintendo than Zelda is Mario.
Yeah, I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
If they do it just like Mario, I think they'll have another banger.
But the people who are involved, like I'm a little bit nervous.
That I don't know.
So if you're watching this on,
out.
if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, remember to leave us 5-star reviews with that compliment sandwich. There are going to be time codes below.
Yes, sir.
And then by the time this episode comes out, if you're listening to this, it should be Akira Toriyama's birthday. So happy 70th birthday to the goats.
To the goat,
So leave us a like for the goats.
the goats.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Last week's news today. First, in the realm of anime. So GameStop announced that they would be restocking with Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Elite Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes.
Oh, ETBs. Okay.
The ETBs, bro.
Interesting.
So when that set originally dropped in January, on January 17th, shortly after, Pokemon had to make a statement that they would 100% be reprinting the set to combat resellers.
Right.
So, we did talk to Tom. We have a filler episode where we talked to the owner of a comic book store, and he kind of gave us his experience about, resellers.
When it comes to resellers.
Yeah. So they're ugly. I think they're ugly.
All of them?
I think a lot of them are ugly. So I have the reference right here. So
very nice. These are the Japanese art.
So these are the Japanese ones.
Too crowded, like too much going on.
Too close. They have like the gems or the prisms or whatever on
that's because this is all a Scarlet and Violet run.
Right.
There's gonna be new stuff from like Black and White once like Pokemon ZA and all that starts coming about.
Right.
But that's what this is. This is like not an evolution, but like a power up. You know what I mean? Like this is like a thing in the games.
Yeah, but then when I was looking more into it, they have these like prismatic ones,
right?
That aren't as like close in 3D or whatever.
Yeah, and those are EXs, the other one.
The EXs though, but those are the better ones, right?
No, these are the better ones.
Oh, so what are these?
Well, I mean, you got if you get to translate it on the video bit, the Sunbreon right there is like the other comparison to the Moonbreon, and the Moonbreon is like that card's over $1,000, bro.
Really?
Yes, and this is kind of the same. Like it's because they're in comparison of each other. The Sun and Moonbreon, and then the Eevee is also worth a decent amount of money too. I actually have a poster in my room from the Prismatic, and I'm like, crossing off the cards that I do get from.
Wow, so do you have some of these or?
Nothing crazy like this. No, I got a few of the EXs.
You do? Which ones do you have? They're all so ugly to me.
I have Vaporeon. I have Jolteon.
You got
I'm doing the pack a day challenge, so it's like.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of packs from Prismatic I haven't opened.
Okay,
you know what I mean? They're all just sitting in boxes.
The $1,000 card could be in there, bro.
It could be, bro.
Wow,
it could be.
I know you were collecting them, and this is like GameStop focused, but I don't know, man. They did my boy Jolteon dirty. So
yeah, I mean, there's
on the EX though.
There's definitely other past Jolteons that are way better than these.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right. So I don't know why people were like clawing over each other just to get these cards because
the money, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Pokemon TCG is no longer about the players. It's about this. This is be honest. You're not really playing with these cards. You're collecting them,
but they weren't ever playing. They were trading them.
Right.
For money.
Yeah. Well, for other cards.
That's the purpose, is a money purpose. You're not just trading them because I feel like you got a card that looks awesome and I want it. It's how much does that card value? Is it worth me trading you this card because this is valued at this much?
You can't buy lunch with these Pokemon cards.
You can fucking sell it on eBay, and then for $1,000 you'll have lunch for a whole month, brother.
So I had this whole thing that I wanted to bring up, but I kind of don't want to get too into it about like resellers. Like what they do is they target disposable income.
Right.
So people who are into Pokemon have disposable income. They are people who can spend $1,000 on a card that they're not even going to play,
right?
Because like that's what it is. But I think it's kind of messed up.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's very messed up. But
I mean, bro, GameStop released like Friday. The new Journey Together had just come out since we're recording this on Sunday. So the Friday that just passed.
Yeah.
The Journey Together came out and it was like an ETB and like a booster bundle or whatever. It's like they'll literally go there, buy it, go to the car, set it up in the car, and take the pictures in the car and sell it for triple the price. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, so GameStop is restocking them, but they're restocking them only I put it in air quotes, with $10 higher than MSRP.
Well, that's just, you can't find that is MSRP now, really.
Yeah, but it's not.
I mean, it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to get, there's so all the ETBs are generally like MSRP $50, right?
Right.
So like, you're not going to be able to find one for less than $60. The Obsidian Flames ETB, one time that I had bought them for $50, are $80, not including tax. At anywhere, not like a reseller. Like even if you get them from a store, they're $80.
Yeah,
I was thinking about jumping in, buy a couple of boxes. Hold on to them. Price goes up, just resell it to Fred.
You better have something I want, boy, because
I'm already a reseller, bro.
I'm already on my path. My main goal, like obviously aside from this, like pack a day challenge for the year or whatever, is to get one sealed ETB that has ever existed. Like I'll work on the Japanese set like later on, but I'm just working on like the American ones now. And then like even after that, I don't know if I'll be in
That's a lot
like that
though
anymore, bro. It is a lot.
That's a crazy amount.
I mean, I got like 12 right now. So, you know, like I'm not halfway there, but I started, you know what I mean? So
you started.
All right. I'm further than most. I'll take that. Because I don't plan on getting rid of them per se. Like I kind of just want them. I kind of want to display them once I am able to.
Yeah.
That's just almost like a wall, you know what I mean? Of them all just being there. But that's pretty much it, bro. I'm not planning on hawking them shits at any time, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do that. That's not what my goal is. You know what I mean?
So you're more of the collector route.
Yes, absolutely.
If I was in that journey, I'll be more the money.
The money route.
I'll hold on to them. I just don't. I don't have like a deep connection with Pokemon per se. So to me, it'd be more like I'm just here for the money, bro. I heard there's money to be made in Pokemon, so that's why I'm here.
I mean, a lot of people are doing that right now. So,
well, yeah, that's the name of the game.
GameStop is only doing physical releases. They're not taking online orders for none of that shit.
You can't pre-order any kind of Pokemon cards anymore. I don't think you can pre-order any cards at all anymore, but definitely not Pokemon.
Yeah, so it's
like it's all first come, first serve.
In stores only, first come, first serve. So coming on May 10th.
May 10th.
May 10th. So
I'll be right outside of my boy's door.
I will like if I had that Jolteon, the non EX one, that is actually pretty dope.
I wasn't a fan. One, bro.
I wasn't a fan of like the crown of prisms. I think it's kind of stupid. I think it's kind of ugly. You know, especially if you evolve like a Humble Flareon. What do I need the rest of the colors for? But
that's how it is, bro.
Whatever, bro.
It's not even just prismatic. Like that's a whole. It's like a whole thing because it's like a jewel on top of their head, and it's like not their actual type. Like even though Flareon is like a fire type, you could get like a water jewel, so it becomes a water type. It's like a whole thing, bro.
No,
I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. So then next, in the realm of video games.
What's up? What's going on with video games?
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
So Guinness Book of World Records recognizes that Split Fiction holds 3 world records. Most played local co-op game on Steam. Most sold local co-op game within 48 hours of its release. And most sold local co-op game within a week of release. Have you played it yet, Lewis?
I have.
You haven't played it yet?
No,
have you seen anything about it?
I've seen videos of people playing it. I've seen.
I don't mind if you spoilers just in case.
No, I don't know.
But
I don't know specific about the story, but I've seen gameplay of it. You know what I mean? And the news that come with it, like, you know, you don't have to. Both of you guys don't have to own the game.
Yeah,
I can just send a link. You come play with me. It is easy as that.
Right.
It looks good. I'm still trying to beat.
It takes two.
It takes 2. But as soon as I beat that, I'll definitely be on Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you, bro? Have you bought it?
I haven't bought it yet. I'm not even as far as you in It Takes Two. We're kind of we're trying to get through it, but no, I remember like just hearing about it. I was like, wow, that sound pretty dope. The videos that I've seen on it, I try to click off as soon as I watch them, but they're not super enticing. But we'll see. You know, when the game comes out, I've seen a lot of fun images.
It's way cooler than you think.
You played it?
I hope it is.
I haven't played it, but I've like looked at it and like I had an idea about it going in, but once I saw what it actually was, I was just like,
well, because we played A Way Out.
Yeah.
And then you know, I played It Takes Two, obviously, but
yeah, they're all made from the same people.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I feel like this one is like
a little crazier too.
It's way crazy.
They take it to like a next level of just like imagination.
But that's a part of like the whole story of it though.
Yeah. No, I like it though. I'm excited to play it, man. I'm really excited. And I think it's gonna be a good ass game, bro. So I'm not surprised about those numbers. And I'm not surprised about the co-op because I feel like co-op is kind of gradually coming through again, bro.
I think so.
Couch gaming with your friends. I think that's pretty dope that they're bringing that back.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's kind of always been on it with like the Mario parties and the Mario Karts.
But that's like Nintendo. Nintendo's always been about that, bro.
Yeah, but like one that transcends like platforms.
Yeah.
So they do have the friend pass, like, you know, you were saying that if both parties don't have to have the game for you to play. You can send a link or whatever, and then you're homie can jump on. Variety also reported that the producer company Story Kitchen are working on a split fiction feature-length film. So a question I had, to round that out is, do you think A Way Out or It Takes Two could be a feature-length film? Like, is the story strong enough to hold your attention, or is the, dare I say, gimmick that it is a 2-player video game?
The not split fiction, It Takes Two reminds me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay.
Right.
That's literally what it is.
And A Way Out is Prison Break, but with 2 people. Like, you know what I mean?
So are you saying, is that what you're saying, though? Are you saying yes, it is?
It's been done, bro.
Well, yeah, that's mainly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, literally, when I was playing this game, it just reminded me of that movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And the kids trying to find their way back to becoming regular-sized adults.
But they don't have to kill a sentient vacuum in that movie.
Nah. No. But that's the gimmick, the imagination part of it. Like, the
So could it be a movie, though?
It could.
You think so? It'd be an entertaining movie?
I mean, it's an entertaining game.
I was say it depends on how much
know.
of the game they would translate this to, though. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
It means okay, you're talking about the sentient vacuum. Is that gonna be like a big part of the movie, or
I can kind of see it being like a Pixar movie?
Yeah,
like as a kids movie. I can kind of see that.
I think it'd have to be DreamWorks, man, because they kill that vacuum, bro.
Yeah,
like Shrek style.
Well. I mean, if you think about it, it reminds me of Toy Story 4 when they killed the purple bear.
Oh, that's in number 3.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Toy Story 3.
They didn't really kill him, though, but yeah.
It was implied.
He survived it.
He survived, but it was implied. They were...
Right. I mean, they did get adults in that movie.
Yeah.
Like stressful. They're at the garbage and they're about to put in fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So they're making it into a movie. So I know none of us have played the game, but I don't know. I think that kind of stuff works more as a video game than a movie, to be honest. I'm not a hater. I'm for it if they can make it and make it nice. But I really think the strength of these things are that it's a video game.
That is true. I would say split fiction is probably the one that could do that with out of all of them.
Out of the 3, even more than The Way Out?
Absolutely. Just because of the premise. Because you guys don't really know about it, I'm not going to spoil what it is. But like once you start,
you can't. I mean, for me, it's the game. So the story is kind of part 6, if anything. The gameplay is what is really selling it. Because I like the gameplay of It Takes Two, like a lot.
Like the gameplay is really good.
The story is whatever. Like they're fighting bees, or now they're fighting. First they're fighting squirrels, now they're fighting bees. Whatever, I don't care. Get back together, or don't get back together.
Divorce or don't divorce, bro.
Right. But
that's what I'm saying though. Is deeper in this than that. Yeah, and that's why like you have to pick one person or the other. Like I think in the other one you just get given whoever you are, right? You don't pick who you.
No, you pick it at the minute.
But it's only 2 characters.
Yeah,
right. Well,
the woman or the man.
No, man. Like they tell like when you pick your characters, it's like they give you their characteristics and like you pick who you're like more accustomed to or whatever, and like they have different
but you wouldn't do that in a movie though.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, but it would translate differently in a movie. But I'm saying like just because of how it is, it would be the best one to make them out of.
All right. Yeah, if you think so. All right, last in the realm of movies.
What's going on with movies, bro?
I don't know if you guys saw, but Nintendo announced a lot during their Nintendo Direct a couple days ago and recently on their Nintendo Today app. Did you see it? Nintendo
I didn't see it, but I know that on April 3rd, they're going to talk about the new release of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
too. That's the one. Yeah, but go ahead. Tell us what they revealed before the main event coming up.
Just a bunch of trailers. So they showed it. Have you seen the Nintendo Direct?
No, I only saw about Metroid and that.
So they did a trailer for new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I looked at it. I'm not going to lie. I think it was kind of whack.
I would say it doesn't look great, bro, but we have to wait until the debut of the Switch 2 to see how well it'll actually
like integrate or whatever. It just looks like very straightforward. Like go into this room, lift this rock over there. And I know that's how Metroid is in the beginning. And it was a very like new trailer type of deal. Like these are the new features or whatever. But I don't know. It looked kind of whack to me. I'm not gonna lie. Made me want to play Dread.
Right.
Or finish Dread.
I don't know.
They did a new trailer for the new Pokemon game, ZA.
Yeah, that came out. Oh no, a newer one.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, showing more of the gameplay and more of like the walking through the towns and shit. but also looks kind of whack to me. Not gonna lie.
Have you played Arceus? Or?
I did. I didn't finish it, but that one looks better to me because you're out in the wild more than this new one. This new one, you're in France or whatever, but I don't know. It just looked like kind of.
You're in the city, bro.
But it looked too closed in. It didn't look like I wanted it to be like Grand Theft Auto, like where you can go in and out of like alleys, or it looked too like I don't know, too bland, way bland. They did release a trailer for a new Marvel beat 'em up.
Yeah. No, I don't know about.
Yeah, I think it's called Conquest or whatever. This shit looks dope as fuck. It looks like really, really cool. I'll put in the video version, but I'll also they showed
Rivals got some competition.
No, it's like a side scroller beat 'em up. It's like the Scott Pilgrim game or like Final Fight or whatever, or like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Simpsons game.
Yeah,
but it's Marvel, but it looks really, really nice. And then they did a trailer for a new Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, which I will talk about in the meat and potatoes. But the big thing is that they announced in a post, this is what they have in the post. The live action film for The Legend of Zelda will be released worldwide on March 26th, 2027. And we'll put it in the video version. But this is the post that they had. Nintendo will be financing 50%, the same thing that they did with the Super Mario Bros. And then Universal/Illumination finance the other 50%. So the other company financing the other 50% for this Zelda movie is Sony.
Really? Why Sony? Why not Universal?
Japan, but I mean,
well, because the way they describe it is as a live action. So they didn't say that the last Mario was live action, obviously because it wasn't, but like that Lilo and Stitch kind of like mix of CGI and live action.
Right.
So this is going to be live action. So you never said why. There's a lot of names attached to it, and I can go through the names if it'll help you out. But
I don't want to be disappointed. I feel like they were on the right foot with the Mario movie, and I wouldn't have
any other company
winked if it was if it was a Zelda, Metroid, Kirby, whatever through Universal Studios.
And Illumination?
Yes. Yeah. I think it still would have looked great. But making it an actual live action?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. I mean, I know y'all heard about Snow White.
Right.
And that was fucking terrible.
I haven't seen it, but...
I haven't seen it. Don't want to see it. I saw the trailer. Did not care for it.
I didn't see the trailer. I have no interest. Why would I?
Well, to be honest, we
were going to watch it, Oscar and I, for our reviews, but we just, decided against it. But no, I would have watched it. For the review. Yeah.
Get you out of your comfort, sir.
Yeah.
No, man. It's just, they just need to do better, bro. And even with the Lilo and Stitch one, they're having, the community are complaining.
I heard good things about it, though.
It's good. I like the way they made Stitch look. Like, I kind of like how they incorporated the CGI with realistic stuff. But I think there was like a couple little things that were kind of like a hit or miss.
Like what?
I think they were talking about Nami. The actor that's playing Nami not being a real like Hawaiian dark-skinned woman.
That stuff is kind of clickbait though, man.
I don't know, man. This kind of falls back to the whole Snape being black.
But do you think that the Snow White was not good because she's a Spanish Snow White?
No, I didn't. I think it just falls back to like, if you're gonna change the story, just do a whole story, a different story in general, bro. Snow White, the reason people want to go see Snow White is because it's what we remember from the original movies. From the OG movies, bro. That's where we're going back to see it. Okay, now it's live action. Awesome. We're going to get the same story. You know what I mean? But now instead of being a cartoon, it's live action. You know what I mean? But then when you start changing shit up, bro, that's when you start messing with the fan base. You're fucking with the fan base, and then you see the results. Nobody comes to watch that fucking movie. Nobody in the movie theater sitting there.
People, damn you.
You know what I mean?
I saw that too, yeah.
So that is my thing. That's the same way I feel about the Harry Potter and how they're basically casting a dark-skinned person to play a role that was described to be a basically pale white person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're fucking with the fan base. Why fuck with something that can literally be making you billions of dollars? Why?
Creative integrity, bro.
No, fuck that shit, bro.
Creative integrity, bro.
Bro, it's stupid to me, bro. Right. It's stupid. Like, this could literally be an entryway for new Harry Potter fans, for this new generation to enjoy Harry Potter fans, but they're gonna fuck it up.
Right.
Why, bro? Why?
Why?
Why? Just make your money and go on with your life, bro.
I get it.
It don't have to be changed. It never had. It never will.
I mean, for the Zelda, I don't think they're going to be changing it much because the co-creator of Zelda will be a producer. So, Nintendo's just really like strict with their shit. So I doubt they'll be able to pull some bullshit with, But some of the other people involved. So we have the director for Maze Runner. In that movie, Maze Runner?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is it good or what?
It's all right.
Sorry?
I think it's a trilogy.
Yeah, there's a
It's
bunch
based
of,
off like a book, right?
yeah,
yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
books
It's
or whatever.
similar to other one, the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yeah, or Divergent or whatever. It's similar
Yeah.
because it's an adult novel or whatever.
They're all more or less the same.
Yeah, I guess.
Different aspects of the same shit.
The only
you
one
know
I
what
saw is the Hunger Games. But the writer for Jurassic Park, and since it's Sony, they have Avi Arad on it. So he was the guy who originally produced those Tobey Maguire and even the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie. So those have varying degrees of quality or whatever. So
Right.
All I'm gonna say, if
We'll
it's
see,
done
man.
right, it will succeed. If they decide to do some crazy shit, it will fail. Stick to what Zelda is. Stick to what the fan base knows, and you will succeed.
I
You
think
will
it's gonna
have
make
a
a bunch
top
of money.
earning movie.
because it's Zelda, but I don't know if it'll crack that $1 billion like Mario did because
It's live action.
not because it's live action, but because I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
I would say it just has to.
You just gotta stick to the
But when
roots,
we
bro.
reported that Mario movie made all that money, it was that middle of the road that benefited the movie at the end. I think, if it was a better movie or whatever, then it would have got more money. But because it was so in the middle, it drove people to watch it.
That's a good thing because they got.
Wouldn't
both
you rather it
people who
be
enjoy
a better movie?
You got people who enjoy Mario and people who wanted to watch a movie. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
if it's too hardcore on how the game is, you'll probably lose the people who want to watch them. You get what I mean?
Only maybe, man. I mean, it was animated, so it needs to be a funny Minions movie. Because those people just want to watch a movie.
Right.
But I don't know. With the live action Zelda, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to that Zelda movie. We'll see when it comes out if it's great or not, and then we'll talk about it like we normally do.
We will talk about it. We are bringing back in the future fucking movie reviews.
Right. Hopefully.
We haven't done it in a while, bro. But then again, I'm not gonna lie, there hasn't been really good movies in the movie theaters, bro. It's been kind of dull lately.
Yeah, unless, like smash hits that,
name a
what
good
I'm saying?
movie
Like,
that's
you
been
guys are
out.
gonna.
Since January. Besides what? Marvel?
I hear The Monkey's good, but I haven't seen it for myself. So
I haven't seen it. That's on
I
my
do
list to
wanna
watch, though. It's on my list. I've been watching a lot of The Conjuring. We've been doing movie nights. I'm trying to do my own.
Damn,
movie.
trying to do a family-
Yeah,
trying to do a family movie night,
well,
bro?
just trying to get the family together in all one room and just watch a movie. We did it yesterday. We watched The Conjuring 2. My kids fell asleep halfway through it, so
It'd be
that's
like that.
hilarious.
so we never.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, it'd be like
Some
that.
people don't make it all the way through. Eli fell asleep to Godzilla. He woke up and it was a different Godzilla. Right now.
But yeah, so we're trying to do the movie night kind of thing. But besides that, back to my point, I feel like there hasn't been really a lot of good movies lately out in theater. So I ain't gonna lie, movie theater's been kind of dry.
I don't know. I've seen some good movies.
Like what?
Hard Eyes was good.
That's I.
You saw it?
No, it's just that's like one of those like just like a seasonal movie. It's for Valentine's. You're not really gonna.
You saw The Conjuring out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that's Conjuring is a epic movie, bro.
Oh, okay,
That's
well.
a staple to horror movies.
Very well.
Specifically, spiritual shit. But besides Hard Eyes, what else?
I can't go through a whole bunch of movies with you right now.
Name me one more, and we'll move on. Talking about this year,
Technically,
2025.
What's that movie that came out last year?
That's again last year. Talking about
Rock 2. Did that come out last year?
Yeah.
yes, this year, brother. This year.
We are about to be in the fourth month
months, and you
of
can't
this
name
year,
me besides
so-
Hard Eyes. Come
But
on,
January's the worst month. The first,
bro. Okay.
the
January.
first leg of the year is always the worst months to drop movies.
Okay, it was
Good movies drop in December, towards the end of the year,
Okay,
or in the summertime.
so we're 4 months in and yet to have a good ass movie.
Yeah.
All right, Hard Eyes. Come on, brother. That's just a Valentine's movie.
Oscar, put some good movies up right here.
Oh my God.
line.
Oscar.
Put some movies up, bro.
And it better be for 2025, brother.
2025, the first quarter of 2025.
All right, so moving on, bro.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Wow, this house is cute. But can I really get in the game in this economy? I do have savings, and I am responsible-ish. I should bury it. I'm being wild. But what if I'm not being wild, though? Could I actually score a...
Kick off your home buying journey with Zillow's new BuyAbility tool. It makes it easy to find out what you can afford, so you can get off the bench and onto the playing field with confidence. Check your buy ability only on Zillow.
Moving on to the meat and potatoes, bro.
Meat and potatoes, time to grub, time to dive into the world of Akira Toriyama, bro.
All right, so this is going to be a tribute to the GOAT.
The GOAT, the one and only, the legendary, the one everybody talks about, relates. Come on, bro. It's Akira
Toriyama.
The one and only.
We're going to be talking about his manga, his anime, his video games, how he relates to the movies that he's either not been a part of, but like been in connection to, maybe some reluctantly.
Right.
And just, you know, kind of go over his life, kind of like we did in our Junji Ito episode. Get the intro from me, bro. How we going to start, bro? Tee him up, bro. Not necessarily a eulogy, but
I want to introduce the legend, the one and only Akira Toriyama. And we're going to be saying that name a bunch of times throughout this episode.
Right.
So that shit better be engraved in your brains and ears.
Right.
All right. So Akira Toriyama, of course, well known for one of his biggest anime, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
That is the staple of Akira Toriyama. That is a staple to any anime. Every other anime is basically a copycat of Dragon Ball. Some aspect, something was taken out of Dragon Ball, man. This is like the grandfather of anime. Without him, I don't even know where anime would be at, bro.
We would still have anime.
We would have it, but
we just
even
wouldn't have battle anime.
Even when he did Dr. Slump, the way he drew it, that's a lot of people go off that way, the drawing.
Yeah, it's very whimsical.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's Akira, bro.
So he was born April 5th, 1955.
Yeah, I was going to say, unlike many manga artists, he didn't grow up with the strong passion for drawing. However, he loved movie, especially the Westerns, Kung Fu films. So that was like his main thing.
Right.
Which that inspired him for a lot of his future animes. His early artistic influence came from The Astro Boy by Osamu Tezuka, and he was particularly drawn to the detailed mechanical designs of that time.
Well, no, so he started drawing since elementary school and then on and off in middle school, but he always was drawing since a very, very young age. A lot of his first drawings were of vehicles because his dad actually used to race motorbikes and they owned a repair garage.
Okay.
So he has been cited as saying that vehicles and cars are just like, or one of his favorite, if not his favorite thing to draw.
Okay.
So I get a lot of that inspiration with like the Red Ribbon Arby and Sandland.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
I just wanted to ask you guys, separate from people, what do you think about his style? Like as far as like when it relates to vehicles and just robots and.
I think his style is pretty dope, bro. I was just thinking about the Red Ribbon. That's like literally what hits me the most when it comes to like you talking about vehicles and robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think his style is dope, bro. Akira Toriyama has his own style, and I like how other anime adapted that style into it.
Or here's more of his like style. Like that's his like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very signature.
It is very signature. I was going to say that too. I'm like, you could definitely see a Toriyama art.
Even if there was like nobody in it. If there was
very
a big
circular.
dragon. If there was.
Yeah,
rounded,
I was going to say that's very rounded.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like the people are the same size as the car.
I mean, kind of. I'm about to say depending. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, in Japan, a lot of their cars are not as big as here in America.
Right, that is true.
Even in European, their cars are pretty small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look dumb as hell driving a Ford F-150 in Europe. Why the fuck are you driving a big ass truck in Europe?
Because I got a big ass haul, bro. What do you
Same thing. You look stupid driving a Ford F-150 in Japan. Why the fuck are you driving a big ass fucking car in Japan?
What if I had the bed full of soil?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you look stupid because it's not a norm over there. Cars don't need to be that big, and they know that.
Not normal is not stupid.
It's normal here. It's not normal there. You just look stupid over there.
I don't know if I'd go.
You don't need that much char, bro.
Oh yeah, you don't know.
You don't, bro. You don't. It has been a statistic that there's a huge percentage of Americans that own F-150s is literally just to have a truck. They don't use it to
they don't
haul anything. They don't use it for construction. You literally have a big ass car for day-to-day commuting.
Yeah.
They work in an office 9 to 5. Why the fuck you need an F-150?
That's stupid. Yeah, that I get. So before he passed, he actually designed a car in his style, and they actually really made it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called the Q Vault.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Here we go. So here's the car. It's called the Q Vault.
Wow.
I want it.
Right?
Take my card.
So I thought the same thing. It's kind of, so just
It's kind of dope, bro.
for the audio version. It's
unique.
yellow. It's got a signature like Mike Wazowski light bulb and
Right.
looks like a Cyclops.
The one
And they got white walls.
No, I kind of like it, bro.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted it as well. This is how big it is next to one
Wow.
Akira Toriyama. So he'll look like a like Yamcha driving.
Like, yeah, he'll look like his actual drawing.
I like it
yeah. So
a lot.
the max speed is 18 miles per hour.
How fast
That's
you
a
need to
golf
go, bro?
cart.
How fast you need to go?
For a car, I want it street legal at least. Because the thing about those Dragon Ball cars is that they go fast. You know,
yeah.
That's
I mean,
true,
normally they
Just switch out the
aren't on
engine, bro.
ground. Well, yeah.
switch out the
Put a
engine.
Toyota Super engine in it. You're gonna go real fast.
I don't think it has enough space, bro. This car is tiny.
Yeah, it is tiny. It looks dope though. I mean, you could put a motorcycle engine in it.
Yeah, maybe, but it's also
Like a
got
600.
It's got a cabin space in the back. It just looks pretty cool, actually.
It looks
The more I
cool
look at
though. Like just to have, bro.
It
That'd be
looks
dope
like
to have.
a tut-tut, but like a car version.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
instead of like a
When we
bike.
make it, when we fucking make it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that like in the front office,
You think so?
just sitting there, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
So we'll eat our lunch.
that's gonna be dope as hell, bro.
Yeah. So early on, he realized that office life wasn't for him. So he quit his job at age 23 because he wasn't a morning person. And then he actually moved back in with his parents.
That's how it works,
Sounds
bro.
about right.
That's
Yeah.
how you strive for your dreams. You gotta move back with your parents, bro.
Yeah, to get back to the family roots,
You
you
gotta
know?
get back to the roots. Understand what you're really going for, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that norm in Japan that you have to become that 9 to 5 office corporate worker,
Yeah.
and you becoming like a manga illustrator. It's like a whole. It's like a whole going to the left side.
His
Like,
parents
you're
were
just-
not for it. They were not
No,
like
no,
they were,
No,
they were,
oh no, bro.
they were supporting the fact that they let him live with them.
Right.
But,
No, that's-
they
yeah.
weren't like, like very, I don't want to say encouraging, but they weren't.
But that's not a Japanese norm, bro.
Yeah,
like,
well,
to move
imagine
back
he was
with your
born in the
parents,
50s. So his parents are
very strict.
Right.
I'm presuming that was like a very like, ooh, you sure?
Yeah. And imagine his dad like had a garage shop. That's like honest work,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he
You
did
were
that.
supposed to be a salaryman.
I know, but he couldn't do it, man. He can't do it. He
Because that
couldn't do
just sucks, bro.
It does suck.
It sucks.
Some people
Not-
can do it.
Not everybody's meant for it, bro.
Right.
Not everybody's meant for it. You know, some people, they only do it just because it's a norm. Like it's a thing you have to do, like just to
Right.
please your parents, please society. You just have to work that 9 to 5.
But when you're a creative like he is, I think I could just imagine like,
It's like hell on earth,
Yeah.
bro. Every single day.
speak to it, bro. Speak to it.
You're
I'm
looking
telling you,
at
'cause
paper and numbers,
so
and
many
spreadsheets.
times, bro. So many times.
He was
like,
often late. He was often late.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. I completely understand because I'm in a similar vein. I hate being up early. Like now I'm up more earlier just because of, different things. But oh my God, being up early fucking sucks, bro. And then you have to go to work and listen to people who are either not as intelligent as you, tell you what to do, and then they'll tell you to do it wrong. And you do it a better way, and then they'll shit on you for doing it a better way. Yeah, bro, it's a whole thing. It just sucks, bro. I could go on and on about this all day, so I'm
Well,
not going to.
We'll have a whole episode where Fred just rants about.
And we'll watch an anime about work life.
I wish. Oh my God, it'd be great.
I think there is an anime about work life.
There's an
Probably.
anime about
Everything.
Exactly.
We'll find it for you, Fred, and we'll definitely talk about it on the
Right.
podcast.
Thanks, bro.
And you can just rant about how horrible your bosses are and your supervisors up your ass. And
I hate coffee talk, bro.
Bullshit.
So when doing research for this episode and the Junji Ito episode, and like I said, I wanted to do an episode for other manga creators, but a lot of them got their start through amateur contests.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
So here enters Weekly Shonen Magazine
Oh,
and Weekly
man.
Shonen Jump.
There you go.
Sir.
Hit that show and jump plus that, bro.
So,
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
So
But
he
if you
was-
want us to sponsor, hey, hit us up, bro. Hit us up. We have a lot of openings.
We do, So he was too late for the first one magazine, but then he worked on his craft and then he entered the next one for Shonen Jump. So his first couple entries couldn't be published because it was just parodies of Star Wars and not original work, which is something that they even always tag is like, hey,
That makes
give
sense.
us an original whatever. So
Right.
but he's just such a big fan
Of
that
Star Wars,
he
of the
just couldn't
Western,
help
yeah.
him. Yeah, but fucking make it part of his work. So like you said, he didn't, win any of his first ones, but his style did catch the attention of a couple of editors. So his editor told him to keep drawing, but he also isn't too keen on drawing like the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
So I sent you guys or whatever that Akira Toriyama manga theater. It is just like a bunch of other stories that he created. Some of them he can go 2 issues in a row, but for the most part, they're just all
one.
Yeah, these are one shots. So did you guys read any of the Akira Toriyama manga theater?
Sorry,
Because I was looking for it, but I couldn't find.
You can find it for $2 on the Shonen Jump Plus app.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Shonen Jump Plus. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whenever you want to hit us up.
So I was gonna ask you favorite characters and moments then, but so the first couple, Wonder Island, I think it was kind of whack. It's about this like business guy or whatever. He gets mistaken for a bird. And he tries to fly back to Japan and he can't because he's in a weird world. Whatever. It's kind of whatever.
I feel like I love that about anime.
That's
just the weirdness, bro.
Nah, okay. So it's just a lot of like reference. Like he references Ultraman. He references Superman. He just does it a lot.
Yeah.
He does it a lot in a lot of his stuff. But no, you can tell as you go through each manga that he just gets better and better. Like he does have a very dynamic style, a signature style, but then it is very dynamic.
Right.
There's one called Polaroid. It's a female. Her name is Pola, and it's a guy named Royd.
Wow.
It's super funny. It's actually like really, really nice.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
Polaroid. Yeah, it's nice. And then everyone I think after that is actually pretty good. So you can see even a little bit of Dragon Ball in a couple of the issues.
Right.
There's an issue called Dragon Boy that is basically Goku. He's just Goku. And there is a character named Master Roshi who rides a flying Nimbus and has a club-like staff.
Wow.
Ta-da.
That is
There he goes, Master Roshi. What a surprise. That's the Dragon Boy.
That's the OG.
And I mean, because he said when he was originally making Goku, he wasn't going to be a monkey or like he wasn't going to be like a tail or whatever. He was just going to be a person.
Right. He wanted an original person, and then they switched it to a monkey, and then they settled on something in the middle where it would be a guy, but then he just had a monkey tail or whatever. Then there's the Adventure of Tong Po, which is basically it's basically the story where Goku meets Bulma, where like this girl meets this guy or whatever, and then she tries to shoot him, doesn't work or whatever, and then somewhere along the way she takes a bath and he's peeping on her without noticing. Toriyama humor.
Well, yeah.
It's Toriyama humor. But they even have like a similar looking Kami house. A note from his editor was that you could potentially get away with anything in the story, basically saying that you can work less on the story if you have strong characters. So, like I said, he was just into like, whatever, like more style over substance. But they were like, no, focus on a character. So the character that he focused on was Arale and Dr. Slump. So that's the first series of his that took off was Dr. Slump. So what did you guys think of Dr. Slump?
Dr. Slump was all right, bro. I will say, like, I don't really understand why they changed the style of it. That was like my biggest issue with it, because like
you change the style in Dragon Ball.
No, like how because when the original like show for Aurelia was like, I don't know, the way she was originally was good. I don't know why they like.
I mean, she's not that much different. She still has big glasses, purple hair.
Yeah, but I mean, no, bro, you can very clearly, obviously see that there's difference.
We'll put the differences in the video version, but what? Just her overalls?
No, man, it's just the way she looks. Like just like literally just the way that like I don't know, bro. Like if you know, but like she looks very, very different.
Like she looks worse in Dr. Slump than she does in Dragon Ball. Opposite? She looks better in Dr. Slump than she does in Dragon Ball? Okay.
It could just be 90s bias, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like, it just looks better. And I feel like it was a whole thing. But
what about you, Louis? Dr. Slump? Any standouts? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, man. Yeah. I think it's one of his many shows but I did see like the collab when they did the one with the Dragon Ball episode and she comes in there. Like I've seen that episode.
Yeah, she's like an Astro Boy. Yeah. She doesn't fly and she doesn't shoot lasers. Astro Boy is really cool, actually. Astro Boy's
nice. They can't kill her.
We'll do an episode on it that you guys won't watch it.
I would love. No, I'll watch it because the thing is, there was an Astro Boy game back in the day, and it was one of our best games I've ever played, bro.
Yeah, that's the Superman game. It's the original Superman game we were looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I like a lot of it. There's a lot of parody in it, like Ultraman, Superman. That's where the Superman comes from.
Right.
A lot of references of Star Wars. And there's a bird that shows up in that show. It's called the Aho bird. It's the bird that shouts idiot when like they fly. It's in Naruto, and I could have swore that it was in Demon Slayer, but I couldn't find it. I know they have those crows in Demon Slayer.
They have the crows. knows?
But it doesn't say idiot, right? It doesn't go like baka, baka.
No, but it definitely says some stupid shit to Tanjiro all the time. Like, when he
well, there's
fucks up.
different, because there's different ones.
Yeah.
too.
So in Dr. Slump, it's just a bird that it's a crow that flies in and just goes, I think it goes baka, baka. And I looked up to see why, and there's a lot of like argument about it because baka means idiot, and ka is like something that a crow says, but it's called an aho bird. So aho also supposed to mean idiot in Japanese. And I don't know, there's like a bunch of stuff on it, but definitely I was like, wow, I recognize that bird. And then I looked it up. I was like, I thought it was in Demon Slayer, but it was actually in Naruto. But Akira Toriyama actually wrote Dr. Slump for 4.5 years, but he said he wanted to stop after 6 months.
God damn.
Yeah. His editors would not allow him to stop unless he replaced it with another serialized manga. So he was kind of like locked in, bro. So it's around this time that he also created his own studio called Bird Studio in the early 80s. And it's a tribute to his name because Tori in Japanese means bird. So
he is a bird in Arale or Dr. Slump. And he's like,
oh yes, yeah, he is. He is
translating or not, he's drawing and
right. He's like one of those like bobbing birds or whatever.
Right.
But before we get off of Dr. Slump, it is okay. I mean, it's not my cup of tea or whatever. I watched it for the episode, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of like some meta humor, like they trip because he makes her. Dr. Slump makes Arale, and she's a robot. Her head pops off or whatever. She doesn't have any powers. I don't know why he even makes her. We didn't get that far into it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But he makes her for whatever reason, and he sends her off to school to have a normal life, but she keeps taking her head off, and she's strong as shit. So she goes to gym, and they're all like throwing whatever. They're throwing like rocks to see who can
exactly.
Throw it the farthest, and she throws it like around the world. There's a Frankenstein that goes to the school. It's kind of weird. It's just, there's a lot of different characters.
All over the place, man.
Yeah, so it was fine. I can imagine at the time the style taking off and this being something that my sister would watch, something that, whatever. Then, we move over to Dragon Ball.
I'll say, because that paves the way for stuff like Ghibli and things of that nature.
Kind of. So enter Dragon Ball. We do have a whole episode on Dragon Ball, original recipe Dragon Ball. Yeah. Check that out on the channel if you're on YouTube. We have the audio version on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast.
The original Dragon Ball and Daima.
And a little bit of Daima in that episode.
No, we have a Daima episode.
We also do have an episode on Daima.
Don't forget about that, bro.
I'm
saying a whole fucking episode on
now
Daima.
We're talking about Dragon Ball. So some stuff I didn't say in that episode. It did become and is still one of the best-selling mangas of all time.
Yes,
thrusting our boy Toriyama into the main stage, which he kind of already was with Dr. Slump. But now he's on
a whole nother level.
This put him in the worldwide eyes.
Right, absolutely.
The Weekly Shonen Jump actually cites Dragon Ball as the reason that they were able to break into the international market. Because before then they were selling nice, but not
breaking out
to Europe and the Americas. So the success of Dragon Ball allowed Toriyama room to create other stuff, but he still had to serialize Dragon Ball week to week. So they're like, you can do whatever else you want, but you still need to give us Dragon Ball. And I have a whole thing about like his editors or whatever. But
sounds like
he seems
assholes,
like he gets
bro.
no. It seems like he gets bored a lot. Like
he does.
Continuously drawing the same shit like bores him, and he's probably like, bro, I have other ideas I want to work on. And then he works on that, and he's like, I have another idea I want to work on. And they're like, bro, you need to stick to one fucking shit and stick to this because it's working.
Right.
It's not fucking around, brother. Get to work.
That's what happens when you publish with he had his own studio by this time, but Dragon Ball kind of belongs to them, even though it kind of belongs to him. Like he has the creator creditor, but so in this,
does he have the master?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, that bit,
I don't think so.
That's the worst.
So in an interview that he has in this Dragon Ball storybook, we do talk about it in that Dragon Ball episode. Here's the editor story that I have for you guys about Dragon Ball. So he did like Dragon Ball. He did like creating it. It was one of those things that he kind of wanted to stop after. Because Dragon Ball originally, like I said, was a parody of action. But then once he started doing the Budokai shit, that's when it kind of like took the hell off. And they were even reluctant to let him age up Goku when he did. Because they were like, why would you age him up? Just keep him small.
Yeah, because it's like a time skip.
Yeah, but the time skip happened like week to week. Like it wasn't like actual time had passed and then he aged him up. Right. It was like next week he's going to be 10 to 20 years older.
Yeah.
And longer.
Yeah,
so
a huge jump.
Yeah, in the interview, he describes that he kind of just did it and didn't give them time to give him any revisions, so, but it seemed to pay off because that is also what propelled Dragon Ball into the mainstream.
The Dragon Ball Z,
which was still just Dragon Ball at the time. It didn't become Dragon Ball Z until it came out.
Right.
So here's the interview. So did your editors ever make any requests with the character designs? He says, I don't know if you could call this a request, but when artificial human number 19 and 20 showed up, Android,
yeah, the androids.
I think Toriyama-san got in touch with me. He said something like, hey, it's just a fatso and an old guy. So then I came up with 17 and 18. And then he said, now it's just some kids. It wasn't pleasing him. So next I came up with Cell. And then they're like,
it's just a bug.
It's just a bug. It's a bug. Make him look cooler. So then that's when he kind of goes through each like phase or whatever. He gets a little bit more handsome, and then he got to even get more handsome than that. And his editors just bullied him like so much after, because that happens after the Frieza arc. So after he defeated Frieza or whatever, they were like, yeah, but we need more. And then he kind of like gets to do more of what he wants with the Majin saga. But
I was say it sucks that so much of like the good stuff that we enjoy has to come out of some bullshit.
I mean, would you want to see Gohan fight Android 19 and 20?
I mean,
as the ultimate,
as like the end game,
like
fight?
instead of Cell.
Probably not, right?
So you think the editors
the bullying ended up paying off these times around, unfortunately,
What about you, Lewis? What do you think?
I think you're right. I think the editors were onto something. And sometimes you might have like a creative imagination about something, but you might need somebody to just push you to that right path. Sometimes you might take it as bullying, but it might end up working out, bro.
Right.
It's like you and me. Sometimes you have a creational or an imagination or something that you want to put together, and then I'm like, yo, let's swerve this way a little bit, brother. But I see where you're going at. You know what I mean? Vice versa. I feel like I have all this imagination, and you'd be like, I like it. Let's tweak it a little bit. Let's get it right.
So it's a collab. It's a collaborative.
It's a collab,
effort.
bro. Yes.
But
yes. I'm not saying Akira was wrong per se, but sometimes it takes a team to build the great world of Dragon.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes, bro. It takes a team, bro.
So then enter video games.
That's when it exploded.
Business taxes. Was stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service.
So in 1986, during peak Dragon Ball hype, Toriyama was pulled into designing characters for Dragon Quest. So have you played any Dragon Quest?
I can't say. I may have touched on one or two.
Sorry. No.
I mean, I may have touched on one or two of them accidentally.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even though they're obviously completely different like things, I feel like for the times that it was very similar to Final Fantasy in its vein of like how it plays. So I was just like, okay. So I kind of touched on it in that regard, but I've never thoroughly examined, the Dragon Quest.
Yeah. Well, so in 1986, he created that Dragon Quest. So I thought I played Dragon Quest, but when I looked it up, I remember seeing it, but I don't remember playing it, to be honest. I do remember seeing it for the first time and being like, yo, is that Dragon Ball? Because it's got like the same look. It's got the same like eyes and like feel and just even like with the monsters or whatever. Kind of was like, damn, that kind of looks super familiar. It is an RPG game and I do kind of want to play it. But Toriyama said that he puts more detail into Dragon Quest characters because he's not having to draw them over and over again. So even with the Dr. Slump characters and Goku, he makes them simple so that you can draw them and like move them very dynamic. Like he's in just like a big puffy gi or whatever. That's the difference between his Dragon Quest designs, is that he feels like he's able to put more detail on it because they're just going to make them sprites. So, you're not going to have to put all that stuff on there either. Then nobody's going to animate it as well. So that being said, I did watch an episode of the anime and I don't know, man. It's all right as well.
Gosh, I mean, it wasn't because obviously, if you're,
I don't like fantasy, so I'm like,
well, that's the main thing.
That's the
I
main
feel
thing
like
for
it
me.
was kind of straight, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I watched like
tell me.
I mean, I don't know, because the whole story of, because it's not the original series, but the Adventures of Dai,
Right,
and it's
right.
like the kid. It's like supposed to be after the original story or whatever.
Yeah, he's like waiting for the guy to come back, and then he comes back.
Right, and then he's like, the kid is like, he's on the island with the monsters that were part of like the Dark Lord, but they're not under his spell anymore because the Dark Lord's gone.
Right.
So they are on this island and they're just living, and the kid was there as like a baby. You know what I mean? And some of the monsters took him and they raised him or whatever.
Yeah.
But he ends up being the chosen one, and the main like mage or whatever, he's just like, you're a mage. and he's like, you're gonna learn magic. But he's like, Grandpa, I don't want to learn magic. He's like, that's too damn bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn magic.
I want to swing a sword. I'm
Right,
tired.
literally that. And then like different people come from like the nearest kingdom or whatever.
Yeah.
And they start fucking with the island and the monsters, bro. And then he's like, yo, you're not gonna do this. And then he starts finding out he's the chosen one and all that good stuff. But no, man, it's straight.
Yeah, maybe I gotta give it a chance. I did only watch like a couple episodes per anime, for preparation. But I don't know, it was that fantasy that was kind of putting me off, which kind of did put me off, like the whole Dragon Quest in general.
Probably, yeah.
But he does say that he does reuse designs for Dragon Quest from Dragon Ball. In the Dragon Ball box set, Akira Toriyama talks about, he remembers where he was designing and playing the game, because he plays the games, and he was playing them so much that he wasn't getting any work done, and so much that his wife had to take the game from him to make sure that he was able to keep his very, very hectic, busy schedule, because he was still producing Dragon Ball once a week and all these other like video games that he was involved in.
Just trying to make sure he getting that money.
right. To pay for the bills for our kids,
But I like how it was reworded to keep his hectic schedule on track.
Right.
AKA keep that money coming, brother.
Right. You can tell
the rent is due on the first.
Yeah. I mean, those you can get obsessed with those RPG games,
you can,
man.
bro. You can.
Yeah. You can lose a lot of time in the menus.
It's a whole different world, bro. It's creating, crafting, looking for items and building and bro.
Yeah, and
it get deep.
Even after you beat it the first time, there's so much replay value.
Right.
You
You gotta play it, man.
They are coming out with Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake.
Yeah, the remake. It's already out.
Is it already out?
On the Switch.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
So I do want to get it. I do want to play it. Now, because I looked at the original, it is like a remaster. It does look like clean now. Before, not that it looked bad, it's of the time or whatever, but I don't know. My imagination would really have to help the game versus like now, it's kind of like,
there.
Yeah, really. It looks nice. And it doesn't really have his style, but he is credited as working on every Dragon Quest game up until he died.
Oh, yeah.
He's credited as a creator or like an artistic creator on every single Dragon Quest.
I mean, it's a
there's
remaster version of it. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like somebody else had the liberty of like doing the designs and like, or not even doing the
so many designs over so many games. Like they could have used some of his stuff though.
And maybe they did, but they just used like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I have to play it to see, but he did like a crazy amount. There's even cameos of Dragon Ball characters in Dragon Quest and vice versa. Every time they do the fucking tournament, there's a werewolf character that shows up or a frog guy or whatever, So speaking of frog guys, enter Chrono Trigger.
Oh.
So he did work as an artistic director on Chrono Trigger as well. Yes. So what do you think about Chrono Trigger? Did you play any Chrono Trigger growing up? Do you remember Chrono Trigger at all?
Similar vein to Dragon Quest, but less. Like I played like literally a little bit of Chrono.
Really?
Almost like a demo. Yeah, because it was like, bro, because I played like a lot of these games, bro. That's why I'm all about the games and shit. Like I've at least touched on some of these games a little bit, you know. And Chrono Trigger, it was one of those things where it was all right, but it was I don't really Final Fantasy. Like I put them all in the same category.
I don't know, man. Chrono Trigger is phenomenal,
bro.
Chrono Trigger's not bad by any means.
It looks like Super Saiyan 4, bro.
He's not. It's nice, bro. It's like one of the best. I will say not that it's better than Final Fantasy, but I like it a lot better than Final Fantasy.
Really?
I do. I remember like seeing it, and I like frogs.
Right.
So there's a frog swordsman in it.
Right.
There's a bunch of like mages and a bunch of weird characters and a bunch of like, Final Fantasy-esque.
Right. Exactly.
But it's made by the rightfully self-proclaimed Dream Team.
Okay.
So I'm going to try not to butcher these names, but Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator of the Final Fantasy series, Square's Final Fantasy.
Okay, there we go. It makes
Yuji
sense.
Horii, creator of the Dragon Quest series, and Akira Toriyama, author of the Dragon Ball manga. And then these two other folks,
Why?
Nobu and Kazuhiko. So it just has beautiful music. It's got beautiful storytelling. I remember the sprites being so vivid and like colorful, and the way they move around and all the magic and like the turn-based, it's turn-based or whatever, but they just like add so much to it. Yeah. It's just so fire. And I forgot that I downloaded it on my phone on that Delta app.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I should play this game. And I was looking up how to play it or whatever. I was like, bro, I think I have it on my phone. Boom, I have it on my phone. I've been playing it, bro. I kind of feel like Akira Toriyama, bro. I was playing it too much and I was like, you need to get back to writing the episode. I was like, no, we got to.
You have work to do.
I was like, no, I got to get through it if I really want to talk about it.
Rent is due on the 1st, bro.
Oh, I know. These podcast bills, I got to pay them.
I got to pay, bro.
So also he was involved in the creation of Blue Dragon.
Yes, Blue Dragon, absolutely.
So did you play Blue Dragon at all?
No.
I touched on a little bit of Blue Dragon. I watched more than I played of Blue Dragon.
What do you think about Blue Dragon? Because it's often... So it's an Xbox exclusive.
The bottom tier.
The bottom tier.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way. I'm not going to lie. Like the premise of it is super cool. Like you have these shadows and these shadows take form of whatever the creature is, like the embodied spirit, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know. I don't think it was executed the way it should have been. You know what I mean?
So to me, I did play Blue Dragon. So Blue Dragon was the game that I played that I thought I played Dragon Quest. But it was actually Blue Dragon.
Dragon, right?
After I played that, I remember going in this rabbit hole of like, I didn't know that they could do that. they could do other characters.
Right.
You could have like
the
a creator.
Same thing.
Yeah, like not over there, but
bro, if they wanted to have like a crossover with all these characters with Dragon Ball, I wouldn't even put them past them. Like they all look the same to me.
Right, the Blue Dragon characters.
They're all created by the same person.
That's what I'm saying. If they did like a crossover, I wouldn't have batted an eye.
Yeah, I do agree. So I did watch the anime, or I watched a couple episodes for this episode. Right. And the anime is kind of whack, bro.
Damn, really? You read the game over the anime?
Game way over the anime. The game I don't think is great, but I do like the idea of the game, and I do like the way it looks. Like, you have this big dragon on top of you.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I think it's one of those things like we were talking about with Split Fiction, that it just works better as a game than it does with a story or an anime or a movie or whatever. Because I like the element of you have a big dragon. But then once you get into like the anime, like where I'm supposed to take it serious and ground it, like chakra or kamehamehas or whatever, but it still feels real in the realm of the show. With Blue Dragon, it's kind of like, and now you're doing whatever.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the game is very
in a video game. You can do whatever because then it's a video game and they all have the same stat. It's depending on the stats and how you use it. But with an anime, you can't have characters that can do anything, because then where's the level of stakes?
You gotta make it, bro.
But if you could just do whatever, then so what if you can't? You think you can't fight this opponent? Just believe that you can. It's always there.
You're literally talking about Goku.
I know, but there are. But you feel like he's gonna die when he's fighting Frieza, and
kinda, but barely. Like after you find out, after that, you already know he's not gonna. I mean, technically he does die, right? But like he's not gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like he's not going anywhere after that. So like I don't know. I get what you're saying, but
it's whack in Blue Dragon. It's just kind of whack. So I think have you seen Shaman King?
I've seen a little bit of Shaman King. I want to watch the newer on
Netflix or whatever. Yeah. So I think it works better in Shaman King as well overall, like compared to Blue Dragon. So have you seen Shaman King? Have you heard about it? So back in like our into the microphone, bro.
No.
So say so everybody can hear you.
That's fine. No. Shaman King wasn't on there on the list, but I don't know. So in Shaman King, you have like these spirits or whatever. It's almost like stands in like JoJo or whatever.
Exactly.
But like that's what does the fighting for you. And they're like first these little orbs, like with like cutesy like Digimon looking things.
Yeah.
Then they grow into like the actual samurai or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. That is better than the shadows for me. Like in the Blue Dragon, the guy, he has the Blue Dragon. Then there's like a blue elephant and a blue minotaur and a blue whatever. So I don't know. It was kind of whatever. And then last movies. So Akira Toriyama is mad shy, even though he has a decent amount of interviews. So he does not like speaking in interviews, but definitely more than the other artists. So, they have like the ask the creators or whatever, write letters. So he does a lot of those, but he actually also does straight up interviews outside. So he has an avatar that is used to represent him in a lot of his stories called the Toribot. Have you seen this Toribot before?
Oh, yeah.
That's his avatar.
Right.
So this character has been popping up in a lot of his shit, even from like his first manga theater or whatever with Wonder Island and all that shit. So I talk about in a different episode about how he was so pissed at how Dragon Ball Evolution came out that it reignited his passion in Dragon Ball. And that's why he was involved in Dragon Ball Super, because of he was like, I can't let this be my legacy, bro. I did so much.
Your legacy, bro.
Shit on this.
Yeah, don't shit on it.
I think Dragon Ball's too big for that shitty movie to,
I mean, yeah, but
to eclipse the legacy. But
he's not wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad
it's like if you leave something in the right path, you see it doing great, you turn around, look right back, and then they drop some fucking doo-doo shit.
But when he left
it, whoa!
When he left it, they were doing Dragon Ball GT.
Whoa! And GT was
okay though. Versus, you gonna tell me that you'd rather watch Evolution than GT?
No, but I'm saying. So it must have maybe multiplied with Evolution. He was just like, okay, if I leave it to these people, they're gonna do GT. Then they're going to do Evolution. Then who knows? They might do a fucking movie on GT. A live action movie about GT.
Then it'll just be worse. Exponentially worse.
So I'm glad that awful movie reignited his passion back into Dragon Ball, because like he has said, and we even went over, he doesn't like doing the same thing over and over again. He was done with Dragon Ball, I'm sure, after Frieza.
Right.
But they just wanted more and more Dragon Ball. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to do robots then. They're like, all right, do androids or artificial humans or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but don't make them ugly. Don't make them old. Don't make them bratty. Make them handsome. How about you give me that from the beginning then?
Right. Like, what the hell does that even mean, bro?
Yeah.
And what the hell did they say about the Majins?
He doesn't cite that, but I'm sure they liked it.
I guess, but I mean, Majin Buu is just a fat pink pudding bubblegum, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not for long.
I mean, not for long.
Not for long.
That's true. That's true.
So,
not for long.
I think that's where it is.
That's hilarious.
I also have the panel of like his last work that he did for Dragon Ball. So this is the last actual page that he did before he passed away. So it's kind of like, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, it's like
Goku and Gohan and Piccolo.
Yeah. It's like Piccolo waving goodbye or whatever. And then as Gohan and Goku peace out.
Yeah.
So
he has Pan too.
Yeah. So, I mean, what else you got to say about the GOAT, bro?
Best.
He was the
best that ever lived.
The best that ever lived.
He was the best, bro. I mean, it's Akira.
Well, I guess not. He's paved the path, bro. He has every anime that you have ever loved.
He's a huge influence, bro, to other animes.
Dragon Ball.
Pretty much.
I want to specify just the battle.
No. Bro.
Just the battle? No.
Mostly just the battle anime, because that's what is revolutionary about Dragon Ball, is the fact that they fight. Have characters, introduce them, give them quirky whatever, but make them fight. That's what Hunter x Hunter is. Or not Hunter x Hunter, even though they do have an arc for that. That's what Yu Yu Hakusho is. That's what Naruto is. That's what Bleach is. All that shit is tournament arc battle anime.
I mean, yeah. So, okay, put it like this. How many different animes could you think of that got their like some kind of inspiration from Evangelion? You know what I'm saying? Or Ghost in the Shell, or Dark Cat, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those older, like, because I can't really see a whole lot that are more inspired by those than by Dragon Ball, just in some kind of, you get what I'm saying? So I think it's more than just a battle anime, bro. I feel like it's just like a story structure as well.
What kind of story structure besides battle?
Besides battle, there's different kind of, like, I mean, the whole, oh my God, like literally the Disney trope. Like, I feel like he made that too. You know what I mean? Like the main character trope. Like, where else are you finding that before Dragon Ball?
Of a main character?
Main character that always like busts through no matter what, and always like strives towards the top and always wins no matter what.
All stories, all the Greek stories.
All the Greek stories, yeah, but I'm saying in anime, like as far as before Dragon Ball, what? Like, or like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Astro
what else?
Boy?
Yes, Astro Boy. Okay, yeah. So, but what else? You know what I mean?
I'm saying he's a goat. He's a goat. I'm not saying he's not a goat. I'm just saying that his big contribution to anime is battle anime. That is what people recognize about Dragon Ball. And
I think it's,
anime
I don't think it's like the battle itself, because anybody can battle. I think it's like the way it's drawn out, the way it is, or the way his style of doing battle anime. I think that's something that's capped a lot of
his
people.
style of battle anime is tournaments, like do a tournament.
No, I'm talking about the drawing itself, the actual hand-to-hand combat. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that he created an anime versus another anime in battle. I mean, I feel like that has been done multiple times. I'm saying the way he approached that.
Not before Akira, bro.
Come on.
Not a tournament arc like that.
Not in tournament form, no, but battles have always been a thing in
I'm not
anime.
talking about he invented battles. I'm talking about he invented battle anime, battle, like tournament style. His style is an influential style of a lot of styles or whatever. Everything, influences another thing or whatever.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying.
But Naruto isn't drawn in the style of Dragon Ball. Demon Slayer is not drawn in the style of Dragon Ball.
So you're saying like the Budokai tournament was what inspired the Junin exam tournament or battle?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to imply?
I know, yeah.
That's what I'm saying directly to you guys.
That's what he said directly. But I'm saying like there's a particular anime that I'm thinking of that I don't know. Ninja Scroll.
Okay.
So Ninja Scroll has plenty of fights in it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that's before.
But I don't think that's what he's saying. He's
Dragon
not
Ball.
saying fights. He's saying the tournaments.
Right.
Like the tournament style battle.
Well, that's what I'm
in
saying.
anime.
In anime.
I agree with that.
Hunter has, their tournament.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, where in the inspos are you getting inspiration from Ninja Scroll fights over Dragon Ball fights? Not in a tournament style, just one-on-one. You would find it more in an inspiration of Dragon Ball than you would in Ninja Scroll.
It's all inspiration.
Yeah.
It's all inspiration, bro. What do you mean?
Toriyama's the GOAT, bro. And
he was an inspirational
most
person.
of the things that exist today would not exist if he didn't do it.
That's true, man. That's true. That's why I always say, don't give up on your dreams, even if it looks dumb.
Never.
Because literally what you might envision might be literally a pathway for future things.
Well, because he failed a bunch of times before he came.
You have to.
You have to, bro.
He failed like a crazy amount of times. Like so many times that you would think that he should have quit, maybe like along the way.
You can never give up,
right?
Bro. You have to just keep going.
Keep pushing, bro.
Right, and just keep at the craft, because then
it'll
he
get
put
better
out Dragon
and better
Boy,
and better.
Then he put out this other thing, and then he was like, no, but combine these things. I like this, I like that. But you just keep it true to yourself, because the Red Ribbon Army is his love for vehicles and shit like that. Androids, that's his love of machines and shit,
robots, and
So it just like has a lot of the stuff that he likes in an anime.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad we established the tournament inspiration.
Because he's not just great because he made Dragon Ball. He's great because of what makes Dragon Ball great.
Right,
is
exactly.
The fights.
Right, of course.
The Kung Fu.
But I feel like
if that was his inspiration, was Kung Fu that he added into his drawings. I'm not saying that he came up with the battle. He came up with the combat tournament. I feel like that's probably been done before Akira Toriyama. But I'm saying the way he put it together, the way he drawed it out, the hand-to-hand combat, the angle to angle of the camera moving, you know what I mean? From one character to another to one fist.
That's more what I mean.
That's what I'm talking about. That artistic.
Fist of the North Star does it better. When you're talking about like in a manga or even in an anime, like to show the two characters' strength, to show who is stronger than the other, how the tide of a battle is going. That stuff is all there. Akira Toriyama's contribution is the simplicity of just make two characters that you can either like one or hate the other one, make them fight.
That's more that tournament though. You can hate it if you want to. It's the same shit.
I have such pedantic co-hosts on this fucking podcast, bro.
I forgot, bro. X things in a whole different level plane of.
Like, you're splitting hairs, goddamn.
Yes, bro. That's not tournament.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
At the end of the day, as much as we can go back and forth to what inspired him and what other things got inspired by him, you know, we can go back and forth all fucking day. We can name animes that we're like, oh, that came off straight Dragon Ball, or that was straight up like how people relate Cell to the Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter to the Ant arc in Solo Leveling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, it all goes back to Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Kind of.
He also he was the first one to do a time skip as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But he was the one that invented the Shipponen jump.
Right.
It's more than just tournament battles. He's not gonna let that shit go, bro.
Nope.
Oh my god.
All right.
I love it.
And that is the story of Akira Toriyama. He's an artist who changed the world in anime forever, from Dr. Slump to Dragon Ball Super to Dragon Ball GT to even Dragon Ball Daima, which is his last piece art that he left us.
Yes, sir.
Which we definitely enjoyed. Definitely listen to that episode when we go in and dive in and dissect and split.
Okay.
Definitely. Let me know what you guys think was his best work. Keep following us, man. And of course, a moment of silence for Akira Toriyama. Thank you for being the best. Thank you for not stopping. Thank you for continuing to believe in yourself and striving for the best. And that leaves an open path for us to continue on and keep striving and keep living that dream and keep Dragon Ball Z alive. And yeah.
I'll put a moment of silence in between.
Right.
Anyway, so moving on to the next segment.
What's the next segment of the show, bro?
What we reading, what we watch, what we play.
All right, so Kid Lewis, let the listeners know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're playing.
All right, so reading. Boy, I've been reading like madman. You know what I'm talking about? Just crazy books. I mean, stacking them up to the ceiling. You feel me? To the ceiling.
Wow.
Woo. Nah, I haven't read shit, bro. There it is, bro. I haven't read shit. I hope that implied. I'm not.
What you want to sub for? What are you listening to?
I'm not even listening to anything great lately, bro. I feel like I've been. Honestly, I was listening to Kanye West and Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy
Q, yeah.
I've been trying to listen to Bully.
I've been listening to it, bro. Heavy.
He took it down.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q.
But it's on there.
Yeah. Kanye West.
You can still get it.
That part.
Oh, that part.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. You been listening to that song like on repeat?
No, I was listening to it on my way here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just hyping myself up.
Nice.
That part.
Nice.
Yeah. Watching. There's this show on HBO Max called The Pit. It's a medical show, like in the ER.
Okay, my grandma like that.
Like Pittsburgh.
Oh,
right?
Huh?
Like Pittsburgh. No.
It's supposed to be like a kind of like a recreation of the original ER show.
That's what they call the ER, the Pit.
That's what they call them. Well, now I think.
Or is that like the hospital? Because that's what I thought it was, like the location.
Literally, the ER, the director of the ER calls it the Pit. As shit just goes crazy and you just gotta manage.
Right, shit goes crazy in the pit.
But the funny thing,
to the pit.
Yes, but technically what's so great about it, it's 12 episodes, I think. It's 12 episodes, and each episode is supposed to represent an hour in that shift. Because, you know, nurses work 12-hour shifts. Mm-hmm. So each episode is an hour based on that shift. And shit just, every hour gets crazier and crazier.
Characters?
Yeah, same characters. Same characters, same plot. Just, it's a whole fucking shift split into hour episodes. 12 episodes.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really fucking good. Like, they're not trying to cut dry. They're not trying to do like another Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
It's literally like shit that would pop up in the ER at any moment, at any time. You just have to be ready for it. And it's, I like it, bro. I really like it. Yeah. So I've been watching
Have you ever worked at a hospital or at an ER or a cloud close to an ER?
I've done my clinical rotations in the ER. I've tried to work at the hospital, but the way other nurses explain it to me is we don't get paid enough to do that position.
To work in the pit, bro.
To work in that position. Like you know, you get the experience, you get to learn a lot, but the money's there. It's not there. And you know, being honest, I didn't become a nurse because, and I'm gonna say it right now. I did not become a nurse
podcast
because I thought my calling was to save people, to what's it called? To like have those healing hands.
Right.
I don't think that was my calling at all. I just think I was really good at it. I studied really fucking hard. I got into it, and it's paying my bills.
Okay.
It is. It's paying my bills. So until this podcast blows up, that's what's going to continue paying my bills.
Then you can take them healing hands to the podcast.
low-key think this is my calling right here, bro. Just talking anime, talking shit. Bro.
All right, bet.
I could do this all day long. If you tell me, hey, bro, we got to record another episode tomorrow, I'll be there. If you tell me I have to record an episode every single day of the week, I will fucking do it every single day of the week. I will bank on these episodes, bro. This is how much I love the Hyperbolic podcast.
I love this shit,
I love this shit, bro.
That part.
Yeah, exactly.
What you playing, bro?
Being honest, I haven't had a chance to like really sit down and play, but whenever I get a chance, it's really just to be It Takes Two.
Yeah, nice.
Literally just I want to get it over with. And I feel like I'm always at the end, but it doesn't feel like I'm at the end.
Nah, bro.
Like right when you think you're like, okay, we're almost there, it don't feel like we're there. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spoil it for you because I am a little bit further ahead from you.
You are, yeah.
But man, there was a scene that I was like, why are we like, just why, bro? Why are we being a menace?
Be honest, bro. You think you're gonna finish it, or are you just gonna fucking?
I'm not gonna split. I'm literally not gonna play Split Fiction until I finish this fucking end.
Really?
I'm not gonna do it, bro.
Right.
It's already in my head. I'm not gonna do it.
All right.
I'm sorry, Fred. We can't play until I'm finished. But
I understand.
maybe you can play with X, but
I mean,
until then, I can't do it, bro.
I think you might beat it before we do. So
damn, Fred. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait a while, bro.
I got Bleach. I got other games.
I'm sorry, bro.
Sorry.
As soon as I beat that game, you'll be the first person I text, bro.
Kilimanjaro,
link coming through, bro.
Hey.
So speaking of Captain Kilimanjaro, what you're reading, what you're gaming, what you're watching?
Let me see. What am I reading? I'm still on my never-ending quest to finish Journey to the West. Still reading that.
Are you?
I really am.
How many pages you do a night?
Not a whole lot, if I'm honest. But
a page a night. A paragraph a night.
A paragraph a night?
I mainly do most of my reading at work because at night I'm doing a bunch of other shit that I need to do. So let me see. I literally have it still right here. I'm on page 61. So
Okay,
out of what?
Out of 530 pages, bro. It's a lot, bro. And this is like a more compact version of it. So
is it entertaining?
It is.
You sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah. Because, like, for example, where I'm at right now, he just got kicked out of where he learned most of his magic from.
Right. Oh,
and,
magic?
Yeah.
Not the kung fu?
No, the magic.
Okay.
Like he is not very far from when he learned how to pluck his fucking hairs and turn into like the 60 transformations or whatever.
Yeah.
So he like just learned that more or less. And he got kicked out of the temple.
Yeah.
So he had to go back to his cave, and he found out that like these demons were like housing in his cave and like kidnapping fucking monkey kids and shit.
Really?
He was like, Who is this? who is the one that is? And they were just like, it's him. So he goes over to the cave. He's like, bring that out here. I'm out here. And he beats the shit out of the Demon King. You know what I mean? And that's where we're at now. So it's lit, bro.
You're further than me because I was listening to it. I did stop like a long time ago. But
the reason I believe is not that entertaining because I'm that type of person too. Like I hate reading, but once I pick up a book and that shit catches my attention,
even if it's not a manga,
I binge the fuck out of it. I binge the fuck out of Dan to Dan, bro.
Yeah, but that's a manga though.
That's a picture book, bro.
It's a picture book.
I mean, it has words.
Barely.
Plenty of it. If you add all of it up, it's just plenty of words in there.
Zero pictures.
Man, fuck you, bro.
All words, bro.
I'm saying, have you finished a book like that?
Like an actual book with no pictures.
Yeah.
Just a book.
0 page.
Look, man, I watch anime and I read mangas, okay? That's all I do all day long.
He said no.
Damn, judge me all you want, bro. I like my pictures, bro, okay? It's entertaining.
I love comic books and manga, bro. I'm just saying. Fred's he's reading something a little bit more,
Well, mature.
Not more mature, but
fuck that. So if it doesn't have pictures, it's not mature enough.
So if it don't got pictures, I don't know how to read.
I'm just a fucking kid doodling around and shit.
You were saying, if it was interesting enough, you would have finished it.
If it is, I'm like that. Like if something is really like Sakamoto Days was a manga that I picked up also on my Kindle.
Yeah.
It wasn't that interesting, bro.
No?
I thought I was gonna like it. I thought I was gonna like the whole concept about him being like a secret assassin.
Right.
Well, not even secret, a retired assassin, one of the best of the best of the best. And now he's just like a average dad.
But is that what it is? It's too.
I think it's gonna be one of those.
It's too down to earth to you.
No,
my homegirl came over today. She's actually watching it.
I think it's one of those things where it would be better as an anime than a manga. So like, or like,
and I also been watching
the
the
Way of
anime.
the House Father or the
House Husband.
The House
Yeah.
Husband? Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I just couldn't get into the books. I did watch the anime, but even the anime is all right, bro. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing like, wow, like, oh shit, like they reinvented something or it's a whole new.
But is that what you always need? Is a reinvention?
Yes, bro. Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, anime feels repeated.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, bro. It could be saturated. It could be just a repeated thing.
Derivative.
A little bit.
I mean, we were just talking about Akira Toriyama, about how he inspired all these other anime.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But, you know,
I don't know, but I like Demon Slayer. I like
I do. I'm not saying
Hunter. I like,
none of it is
well, those
bad.
are the gems, though. You know what I mean? 'Cause for every one of those kind of animes, you got like 10 to 15 other horseshit anime, bro.
I don't know.
Not to X. He said all anime is good.
I feel like a lot of anime is good. I feel like all anime is like you can enjoy it on some level.
No,
I mean, depending on what it is, though, because how many different animes are of different variations of the same? How many animes can you say is a completely like different curvature of I was reincarnated as a slime?
The whole reincarnated animes are very saturated, bro.
Right.
I can't find, like, I've been trying to literally find like a new one, something to inspire me, something to like captivates me. And every time I watch another reincarnated anime, I'm just like,
you want a new vending machine, bro?
This is hell. And I thought that's why I watched it. I was like, okay, vending machine's a little different. That's a weird thought of being reincarnated into. Like, how can they play this off? How can they make it into a story? Does he come back as a person? As he stays a vending machine his whole life? How the fuck does he come? You get all these questions. Let's watch it. Disappointed. Fucking disappointed. And I was like, okay, this is the worst shit I've ever watched. I feel like they could have done better, though. They could have done better. Like, it got me thinking.
They could have done better if they made him like transform back and forth.
I think it would have been a little bit doper.
All right.
You know what I mean? I think it would have been a little bit doper. But again, back to the reincarnated. I feel like it's very saturated, bro. Very saturated. And every once in a while, they will come up with a great jam. And then you'll be like, damn, that was actually pretty good. Right. They actually renovated the wheel on this one. They did something different that every other fucking reincarnated animes does. It's a little bit different. That's why some people feel the same way about Solo Leveling. They're like, you know what I mean? If you really just go to the bare minimum, it is just another leveling up anime. I've seen this shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? We've seen it. But they have their own little twist, bro. They have their own little something that captivates people to keep going.
Like, I would pick to watch Solo Leveling over those other shows, though. So yeah, you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
Well, what are you watching?
What am I watching?
You guys should both write this down before you go get here.
No, because I never write anything.
I knew
down,
what I was watching, bro.
I'm just saying it's always a lot easier when it's written.
I never write anything down, bro. I feel like it has to be off the dome.
Off the top of the dome.
Off the dome.
Because the thing is, like,
hey, but if you don't know, all this shit gets caught off, bro.
I know.
So in reality, it's not like we have our shit together.
I know. You're welcome.
But we don't.
You're welcome. Thank you, Oscar.
We don't have our shit together, bro.
What are you playing?
The thing is, but as far as watching goes, like, I want to be watching the Devil May Cry, but like right now, I'm not trying to watch anything in particular because I know I need to catch up on One Piece. I know I need to watch Solo Leveling because that was what I was about to watch. All right, but I just watched. Actually, that's what I was gonna bring up for my watching, and you fucking interrupted me. Sandland.
My bad, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought process.
Right.
Sandland, because I wanted to touch on this beforehand. Sandland is actually better than I thought it was going to be.
It's nice.
It is nice. I am going to keep watching it, actually. I'm just going to watch it all the way through.
Why didn't you bring it up when I talked about Sandland?
Because there wasn't a whole lot there. And I forgot about it because we were talking about a bunch of other shit. I was kind of just going to save it for this bit, what I was watching.
All right. But yeah, no, it's nice. It's fun. It's funny. I like the post-apocalyptic vibe of it. You know, everybody's trying to get water.
The tank is very Red Ribbon-esque as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those. I do like it though. It's interesting that you like it because it's that kind of animation style that you don't fucking like.
I know. So I was reading it before I started watching it. So that was it though. I saw it was like Akira Toriyama, new anime. There's 3 issues out. And I was like, bet, I'm all over that. So I mean, the anime is not bad, but I liked it. I was reading it. I wasn't really watching, but yeah. It is though. Very video game style.
Right. Which makes me want to kind of play the game now. And I was kind of off on it, but I was just like, I might touch on it.
I looked at it. The game looks fine. It's, the anime video game.
So good, so good, so good.
Just in and so good. Thousands of spring finds up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. And that means thousands of fresh reasons to rack.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Vince, Calvin Klein, Rag & Bone?
Obsessed.
Why do we rack? For the hottest deals.
Save on Madewell, Kate Spade New York, Sam Edelman, Joe's, and more. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
How about you, Mr. Young Morgan Freeman?
Bro.
Oh shit, my bad.
He's also playing something.
Right.
Oh, my bad.
If you watch the streams, you would know. God damn it!
What you playing, bro? What you playing?
I've been playing Bleach, bro, and I've been making a video on every single time I turn that game on, bro. So if y'all want to check the streams out, by all means, check.
Are you
out.
uploading them? Or is it just live and then that's it?
No, so I'm recording and streaming at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play throughout the entire story of it. Mm-hmm. And then after I'm
episodically.
done, right. And then I'm going to edit them and then release them. I'll try to get them done 1 episode at least a week. You know what I mean?
Because on YouTube, you can just go live and it will record for you and just post it for you.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that because I'm already streaming onto Twitch like on its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if anything, I'll just do that and then I'll chop it.
But I think there's a way to link YouTube to Twitch, so it's streaming on both at the same time.
Yeah.
And then YouTube will then basically post it as a video after you're done.
Then it's saved there that you can download it, freak it, or whatever.
Oh, maybe I'll have to.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna do.
I usually just go through OBS. Like I don't do the Twitch actual thing, which I do have to look at because apparently it's saying that I'm dropping frames, but I never look at my own streams. So I will kind of do that.
Twitch is not something that I would tell people that you can just pick up and just start recording. There's a lot of shit that goes into it. Even when we tried, bro. Even when we tried to do it, it was a lot of shit that we had to fix, freak around, settings and shit like that. It takes time, bro, and it's a fail at first because you're not gonna succeed in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
No,
your first stream ain't gonna be the best stream, bro. You're gonna have so many frame drops and shit because you don't even know what kind of internet you got, how fast your speed is. Some people don't know this shit. Some people think all you need is a mic, a camera, and a computer, and you're good to go, bro.
Right.
And it's bro, we found out the hard way. That's not all you. Really. You need to watch a couple of YouTube videos and tutorials and fix your shit and freak it and mess around with the settings to get it
like right now.
But let us know. We'll post it on the channel.
Either way, I'm already doing the recordings. I already have them, so I'm just gonna put them on YouTube in that after I edit whatever, and then put them shits up there. And then by the time I do that, after that, I'm going to start a new series, which I am kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. It's going to be between Life is Strange the
You love
double
that game.
exposure. It's a good game, bro. It's
You
a good
fucking love that
series,
game.
bro. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially this one, because it's like the part 2 of the original one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's good shit, bro. Or if I want to do Slitterhead, which is like something that I thought was just like a scary game, but apparently it's like a scary action.
Okay.
So if y'all ever want to slide through, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
Whichever
follow
one.
Captain Kilimanjaro
And let
on
him know.
IG, Twitch, YouTube. Sponsored by the North.
All that, bro. All that and then some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely
But,
follow
yeah.
brother number 3, bro.
And that is the CPNKO show.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? With your host, the one and only.
Right.
You did.
Yes, sir.
That's it for me. So now,
Xavier,
Oh, me.
young Morgan Freeman. What you reading? What you playing? What you something?
Well, watching it or whatever. So I mean, for reading, I
Since
was
you write your shit down, go ahead, bro.
yeah. Since I'm prepared is what you meant to say. Reading, I was reading a bunch of that Akira Toriyama manga theater.
there you go.
I just read a lot of it. I read like a crazy amount of it. I've been going back to the doctor, so now I have time to read it in the waiting rooms.
You okay?
Yeah, just
Okay.
regular.
Okay.
Checkups.
Checkups,
But I used to get like my allergy shots once a week.
Uh-huh.
So they would shoot me with what I'm allergic to, and then I have to sit there for a half hour, to make sure I'm okay. So during that half hour, once a week, I was reading manga.
Straight
So that's how I caught up so much on like Chainsaw and Wild Strawberry or whatever, Kagurabachi. But this is actually all I've been able to really read is that Akira Toriyama manga theater.
Okay.
Playing Chrono Trigger, bro. I just played a bunch of Chrono Trigger, bro. I've been playing it on my phone like crazy. I do want to start playing like more games on my Switch. I ordered Pokemon Snap 2
Okay.
because I want to start playing that. I think it'll be here by the time I go to Colorado.
You got 2 like bad trips. I mean, Colorado's only like 3-4 hours, but
Right.
nah, bro, you're gonna be on a plane for like 30.
I know. So I want to get some big games. So I might get that Dragon Quest game too. And then for watching, I was watching and I finished Invincible.
About time.
I finished.
man.
I had to finish. I was like, I can't get on this podcast again.
Season 1 or
talking-
2?
The
3?
the latest.
That's it, 3?
Yeah,
I think it's 3.
Yeah, 3. You finished all 3?
Finished all 3.
All 3 completo?
Complete, bro.
Oh,
Complete.
Completo, dog.
So we could talk about it.
Kind of. I mean,
Can we put an episode, bro? Can we put an episode for this? 'Cause
I don't want
goddamn,
to.
it's
I don't
great.
want to, bro.
Why?
Because I love it so much.
So we can't talk shit about it?
No, we can't. We can't. I just love it too much, bro. I love it as a show by itself. I'm not gonna pretend like I watched or read any of those comics. I just didn't. I've seen them. You kind of get the story through the covers,
Mhm.
but I read Spider-Man, I read Batman. I didn't read all this other stuff, but I love it, man. It's so well done, and I just fucking love it so much. My son was watching me watch it, and man, I get stressed. It makes me want to cry, bro. It makes me jump for joy. It makes me wince. He has so much control over my emotions. It makes me laugh out loud. It's such a good show. It's such a good show.
I like it though.
The last episode was kind of like washed over me, but then when it rounded out, I was like, wow, this is a fucking good show, man. It's so good. It's so good. I can't recommend it more to anybody. Like I just love a lot. It's so fresh, but it's so familiar. It's like it's comic book stuff.
Right.
So you have like your super strong guy. You have your guy who the guy Conquest. He's just monologuing like a bad guy. But then
I love his monologue towards the end, bro. When he's whispering in Mark's ear,
he's like, "I'm so lonely, bro."
Bro, I was like,
I'm like, wow, this is so good. Like,
he's
why
like,
are you monologuing?
I don't even
Because
have a real name.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a fucking freak, bro. No.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's good, bro. It's so fucking good, man.
It's super good.
And it was something that I did not expect Conquest to do during that whole fucking episode. That was so like left turn, bro.
Oh, yeah. When it
For
got
him to just sit there on top of him and whisper in his ear, no homo.
Well, yeah, it sounds super weird, bro.
But like, no homo. The shit that he
if
was
you have
telling
seen
Mark,
Invincible, then that's just some shit that could
was
happen.
fucking incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Mark is literally in the brink of death, and that's all he's hearing. Like,
It makes
damn,
sense.
nigga.
Well, because he kept playing with him, and I'm like, I get it now.
Yes, yeah, no. But I also like Mark's character development, bro.
He started off like a combination of Spider-Man and Superman.
Like just joyful, like just happy,
Yeah, he does
go
what he-
getter,
does
like
what he can.
nothing
He's trying to go to school and be a superhero, but he doesn't really have to.
Not that nigga.
No.
He's not that nigga.
No.
He's becoming more and more like his daddy every day.
Realistic, bro. He, you know, and I love his little brother, how he keeps bringing up the whole, why don't we just kill them? Why do we keep keeping these villains alive when we know they're just gonna break out, do it all over again, and more people got to continue dying?
Right.
Like, why?
But unlike Spider-Man, I think he kind of does have to become like that, bro. Like you kind of do.
You do.
Like Spider-Man and Batman are okay to not kill, even though it's kind of illogical. or whatever.
It is illogical.
But Invincible, bro, you have to kill them. Like,
Well, yeah, because
they're way too strong. Like you kind of have.
We're talking about like planetary devastation level enemies. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, bro.
The Joker isn't capable of planetary devastation. You know, I
think so.
He could get. I mean, he could get close.
I mean, he doesn't have the fucking superpowers to snap his finger or punch Earth in the middle core and explode it, but he has the knowledge and the know-how to, like, if he really wanted to kill the whole planet.
Charisma, yeah,
he probably could do it.
He could get people to do shit that what he wants to do.
I mean, when Superman killed him in the Injustice shit, he had like a fear toxin mixed with kryptonite and made Superman kill Lois Lane and his newborn baby.
Oh yeah,
or unborn baby.
Yeah,
that's pretty planetary, bro.
That's not planetary in terms of outside. That's just him being a sadistic fuck.
That's basically him being able to manipulate. It's like him. Right. It's like Superman is a nuke bomb and he's able to control that.
Right.
It's like he getting access to all the fucking nuke bombs access codes.
No, for sure.
Then that's planetary destruction, bro.
Well, yes, but
Superman's
through
planet.
somebody else. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean.
No, Joker himself. No.
Right.
Yes. No.
No, yeah. The shit in
he's still human.
The people that Invincible are fighting are planetary devastation level beings
some of them
on their own.
Some of them are. Not all of them that he's fight are planetary destruction.
Right.
Some of them are, in which I think you're right. If they're that big of destruction, they need to be eliminated. Why? I don't know. Hold on to them. For what? So that they can redo it again?
Because you're a hero, bro. You don't make the rules.
Bro.
You're not God.
Sometimes you got to break the rules. At this point, humans look to you as a god. Come on, bro. You can fly. You're super strong. You can live out in... At this point, you're fucking god to them, bro. You have to make that choice. I mean, you can continue to live the normal life, go to high school, go to college, have a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. That's why he couldn't even have a normal girlfriend.
But even with his girlfriend, Adam Eve, she's
God too.
She's God too, bro.
No, literally. She can make anything, bro.
Bro.
Literally.
She can make
But I low-key thought that episode was kind of dumb where they were talking about like moving in together, getting an apartment, but they don't have the money. I'm like, nigga, you are invincible.
Go rob a bank, bro.
And you are Adam.
To be fair,
you can create money.
Yeah.
You gave your dad a fucking gold bar so that he doesn't have to struggle as much.
Yeah.
And you tell him you can't fucking just...
She can literally make that shit.
I think the world would be fine without your tax money. I promise you that. I think the world would be perfectly okay if you just make one little gold bar to then get your apartment. You'll be fine, bro.
See the video? There's a video that somebody made of the calculations of the amount of money that the United States spends whenever fucking this dude. Oh my god!
When he teleports.
Whenever he teleports. You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Because he says it in the book, in the comic books, how much American money it costs for him to teleport the way he does. And it's a crazy amount of money.
Trillions of dollars.
Bro, but if you see the destruction of building, that last episode between Mark and Conquest, bro, he fucking like buildings. I think at a point they were in fucking Brazil because it looked like they were like at the beach or whatever. Buildings destroyed from left to right.
A good part of that episode that I like money, bro, is when Oliver's trying to like keep up and
he can't
because they're just in the sky and they just go. It's not just about like the fighting hand to hand on the street level. It's like
we need an episode for this, bro.
I can't do it.
We're literally talking about it. I could cut this whole thing and make it an Invincible episode.
I can do it here, but I can't.
You can't make it into an episode, bro. But I do.
I love it too much.
His younger brother coming into Conquest and giving him that fucking kick, and then he is like fucking ear to ear smile. That he's like, "I'm here to help you, bro." But then when he goes up to him for the second time, and Conquest just snaps the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
like his reality was shattered, bro. Like,
bro, he's gonna,
you're not what you think you are.
Like,
bro, the way he was just smiling. Conquest is one of the most evilest motherfucker I've ever heard.
With a
that
fucking
nigga was
ugly
stretching
grill, bro.
him.
He's ugly,
was
bro.
stretching the fuck out of him and was like, you hear your skin just rip apart like rubber bands. Then goes their muscles, and then he's like, I love this shit. This is what I live for. I was like, bro, this nigga's crazy. This nigga is legit shit crazy, bro.
Hey,
this
bro.
is the worst villain you can fucking have, bro. He has no sympathy. He does not.
That's the Joker, yeah, but on planetary devastation level, you know.
But and he was just enjoying every second of it.
He was.
Oh man, such a great show, bro. Such a great show.
It's legit my favorite show right now.
Can't wait for season 4, bro. 4.
You think it's gonna end in season 5 or what?
Ooh,
like the boys kind of like just go. I don't know. I've seen like pictures. It's like, oh, this is how much of Invincible we've
covered so far.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever. So they could just keep going. Like, there's a lot more comic books to adapt. So
there is a lot. I mean, I wouldn't
10 more seasons, bro.
I wouldn't be mad, bro. If they continue to keep the same aesthetic of the show, I wouldn't mind.
Well, I was gonna say, you think they can keep doing this for 10 more seasons
and
like
I'll
that?
keep fucking watching it.
Yeah.
They have the best voice actors, bro. If you see the lineup that they have for these voice actors, it's crazy, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of didn't like Aaron Paul in that episode with as the discharge guy. I forget what his name is already.
Of the electrical guy, you gotta punch him to activate him.
Yeah, I didn't like the voice was kind of jarring. Like, it was kind of like, Jesse Pinkman or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I kind of kept hearing it like, like, he can't keep getting away with this. Like he says,
bro, that was like
Bad.
2 episodes straight. He can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, no.
So it did kind of take me out of it a little bit, but like, just like the way they keep reintroducing it and the way he just kept coming up again, like the emotion is there. Then I'm like, wow.
No, the emotion was definitely there.
Then it becomes like animated to me, because he does play Aaron Paul. He plays a character in BoJack Horseman that you can hear it that it's him, but it's more of that character than it is Aaron Paul.
Right.
Like, he's more laid back or whatever. But I felt he was just angry Jesse all the time until a certain point, and I was like, okay, I see the character now. So there's a lot of good talent in just this show, man.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen
watch the show, bro.
I've seen the first 2 episodes, the first 2 seasons. I just haven't.
Watch the last season of Alchemist X, bro. We'll do a whole episode on it, bro. The fan demands it. Who is X to deny it, bro?
Right.
Who are you to deny it, bro?
If they demand it, but it's gonna be tough, man.
1 versus 1,000,
bro. It's gonna be tough for me to write an episode for how much and to capture how much I love it without just going scene by scene, bro.
That's what they love, bro.
Just gotta click the
That's what they love, bro. Scene by scene. Break it down, bro.
You could actually see the momentum.
Momentum. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to make
G-force.
I don't want to make it super small. I want to leave it
equals MC squared
this love
times force. Oh my god, beautiful. Oh, it's a great anime. It's a great show, bro. Definitely a great show. Yeah. So what are you playing, bro? I think that was the last. You think playing, watching, and reading?
Watching.
Yeah. Oh, and listening too. I was listening to that Kanye West Bully. It's good. It's
really good, bro.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
All worth all the crazy shit that he's been doing. Or
that's for another podcast.
Did you see I saw it on the other day on Twitter that his new logo for the Yay?
I don't think that's real, or it could be. I don't know. To be honest, yeah.
Bro, listen.
I wouldn't even put it past him though at this point, bro. That's the problem. Even if it's fake, I would not even put it past him, bro.
It's all calculated, bro.
I wouldn't have even put it past him.
He
talks about it in one of those songs, like about how do I keep my audience up?
It's all calculated, bro.
How do I keep them?
That's why I don't tweak on me whenever this shit is happening, because like it's literally him just going along with like this shit that's up right now. Like the only reason all this shit is being talked about is because this man, like everybody thinks this man Elon did the fucking high salute on national television. That's why all this shit's happening. That's why he's doing all this. You know what I mean? Like that's all it is, bro. Like this is
but grow up, bro.
This is not
grow up,
out of normal Kanye behavior.
No,
you're all just viewing it as something that's different when it's not. It's literally the same shit he always does.
No, I know.
Well, yeah, I'm saying. So it's just like,
No, I know.
It's just the same shit. Just a different variation of the same shit, bro.
But it's a different way of capturing your audience, bro. Like,
He's a troll.
I agree.
Tyler,
too
the
much,
creator,
bro.
does it, bro. They all,
It's a little too much,
trolls
bro.
do it, bro.
Just to stay afloat at this point. I
agree. I'm not gonna do some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I couldn't see myself doing that shit just to keep the norm afloat.
I understand.
Right?
I know what it is.
Wild out. Be true to yourself, man. We all love the old Kanye. Let's just keep it at that. Anyways, this was the podcast. This is the show, the hyperbolic show.
The hyperbolic show.
Yes. Your 3 favorite goofballs. You know, if you listen to us and your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, you know what to do, bro. Hit the like button, follow, and definitely write a quick fucking beautiful
compliment sandwich.
Compliment sandwich. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot.
Show all your love.
The compliment sandwich, bro. Put some cheese, some lettuce, some tomato, a little mayo, a pinch of salt and pepper.
Right.
Keep the flavor going, bro. Thank you, normies, again. Don't forget, just a quick reminder, we're gonna be out here on EpicCon April 6th.
Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to come out for his birthday. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow when they watch this.
Yep.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the 6th of April in future terms.
All right.
Oh, this is coming April 6th?
This is coming April 5th.
April 5th. Well, then tomorrow. So when this drops, we're going to be, either way, April 6th. Put it on your calendar. We're going to be there. Come show up. Come show some love. Scream the norm. No, Scream Thriller if you guys want a little extra ticket for the raffle. You know what to do, bro. Shout out, show some love, come wild with us, have a great time. We're definitely doing a great giveaway. You're not gonna want to miss this. And Fred is gonna be out there. Brother number 3, Captain Kilimanjaro, is gonna be playing a couple of fighting games, including Tekken, Sparking Zero, and Bleach. So come fight him. And if you win, guess what? You get another ticket for the raffle.
Then,
and if you lose, guess what? You just got your ass whooped by brother number 3.
Hey, stamp of certification.
What an honor.
That's an honor, bro. That is a honor. So definitely come through, come chill with us. And thank you again for vibing with us. You know, the #1 anime podcast. And we're going to strive to continue to be #1. And like we say at the end of every episode,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
And we out.